Caitlin Clark is the biggest star in American sports.
Caitlin Clark could be raising the tide and lifting all boats, and I think Angel Reese needs to take a pill.
I don't care how good you are. Your team loses, we're moving on to the next, particularly with the NFL season starting and college football starting. Are you kidding me?
There's not one other American athlete that could do what Caitlin Clark has done for the WNBA or for any league.
I think she should be up for MVP.
Those women that are petty and jealous and have some animus towards Caitlin Clark, that's old school sport. We got a good guy and a bad guy. We got real competition.
She's learned how to play the game, and she said, I had to learn how to play the WNBA way.
Caitlin Clark is the biggest star in American sport.
The Rookie of the Year race has just been turned on its head, and Chicago Sky fans are in for a shock. While Angel Reese continues to impress with double-doubles, Caitlin Clark is setting the court on fire with record-breaking performances, propelling the Fever to their first playoff berth since 2016. In today's video, we're diving into why Clark is pulling away from the competition and why the debate between her and Reynolds might already be settled. Chicago fans, get ready. Caitlin Clark is taking the spotlight.
There is no drama with Caitlin Clark. None. Zero. After Angel Reese did all that taunting, and Angel Reese designed herself or designated herself as Barbie or whatever she did and took her clothes off for Instagram and posed and all this stuff, what happened? Exactly what I told you was going to happen. She was going to have a press conference where she cried and she claimed to be sexualized. What is that? To the average person, you know what that is? Drama. Total drama.
Angel Reese has faced mounting criticism for inflating her stats during lopsided losses, sparking concerns about the authenticity of her performances.
But every time you see something relative to Angel Reese, what's it about? It's about her. It's not about her team. It's about her. One makes it about her. The other makes it about us.
In last night's game against the Indiana Fever, unsportsmanlike behavior was on full display. Despite the Fever holding a commanding lead, Angel Reese remained on the court, seemingly focused on padding her impressive double-double stats rather than contributing to the team's overall effort.
I don't care how good you are. Your team loses, we're moving on to the next, particularly with the NFL season starting and college football starting. Are you kidding me? So here in Indiana, we're going to celebrate Caitlin Clark all through the playoffs, see how far it goes, see how great it is or isn't. In Chicago, probably going to be a passing thing. Probably going to be a one-hit wonder. And the reason is simple. One makes it about her, the other makes it about us.
In the final minutes of the game, with the Fever starters resting on the bench, Angel Reese seized the opportunity to make her impact felt, scoring and grabbing rebounds against the Fever's backup players. She ended the game with a notable double-double of 10 points and 11 rebounds. However, this achievement has sparked criticism from fans and analysts alike, who question the ethics of inflating stats against less competitive opponents.
There's a lot of appropriate attention on Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. The WNBA has 18 games this season where they've had more than 1 million viewers average, and 16 of those 18 have featured Caitlin Clark. So you cannot deny the connectivity of Caitlin Clark playing basketball and people wanting to watch. If she's playing, they will come, they will watch.
Dwyane Wade didn't hold back in his criticism of Angel Reese's recent performance, accusing her of stat padding during garbage time. His remarks have sparked a heated debate among fans, with many seeing it as a breach of sportsmanship and fair play. Wade's comments have stirred considerable backlash and fueled doubts about the integrity of Reese's impressive double-double streak, leading to widespread scrutiny and controversy.
There's nothing, Shannon. You just want to support that white girl. She busting y'all ass. If you like Caitlin Clark, you gotta hate Angel. And if you love Angel, you can't say anything good about Caitlin Clark. Y'all can't tell me what the F to say. I'm gonna say what I want to say.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark's stellar performance, which propelled the Fever to victory with 31 points and 12 assists, was unfortunately overshadowed by the controversy surrounding Angel Reese's actions.
What Caitlin Clark does is kind of simple, really. She shows up at games, she signs autographs, she talks to little girls wearing jerseys, she smiles to the crowd, and then here's the most important thing. She competes like a maniac. I mean like a maniac.
Although Caitlin Clark's remarkable performance deserved the spotlight, the focus has shifted to Angel Reese's controversial approach to boosting her stats during one-sided games. As the WNBA season progresses, It remains to be seen whether Reese will continue to pad her stats in such scenarios or shift her focus towards enhancing her team's overall performance and showing sportsmanship in defeat.
She's the only one capable of taking nothing and making it something. The WNBA was nothing before Caitlin Clark.
The impact of her actions is undeniable. By choosing to avoid unsportsmanlike conduct, she has sparked an important conversation about the importance of sportsmanship and maintaining fair play in professional basketball.
Caitlin Clark may not win titles, but the fact that she is doing what she's doing and at a very high level, it's now commonplace where she'll go for 26 and 12. I mean, those are great numbers for any player, no matter how long you've been in the league.
The Chicago Sky are unlikely to resort to tactics like having Elena Del Don or Tina Charles intentionally commit fouls to boost free throw opportunities, nor would they keep Teresa Weatherspoon on the court just to pad her stats. These actions cast doubt on the team's credibility. At halftime, Aliyah Boston received a technical foul, and as the third quarter began with the game still in play, Coach Teresa Weatherspoon faced a critical decision on who should take the crucial free throws, Lindsay Allen or Rachel Hamilton. Unexpectedly, Weatherspoon chose Angel Reese, a decision that reflects poorly on the team's focus and professionalism, sending a troubling message about the standards in the WNBA.
But I'm paying attention to the entire WNBA, and so are other people because of Caitlin Clark.
The Chicago Sky are unlikely to resort to tactics like having Elena Del Don or Tina Charles intentionally commit fouls to boost free throw opportunities, nor would they keep Teresa Weatherspoon on the court just to pad her stats. These actions cast doubt on the team's credibility. At halftime, Aliyah Boston received a technical foul, and as the third quarter began with the game still in play, Coach Teresa Weatherspoon faced a critical decision on who should take the crucial free throws, Lindsay Allen or Rachel Hamilton. Unexpectedly, Weatherspoon chose Angel Reese, a decision that reflects poorly on the team's focus and professionalism, sending a troubling message about the standards in the WNBA.
Who gives a shit about WNBA drama? We barely gave a damn about the WNBA before Caitlin Clark.
You know when's the last time I watched a WNBA game? Never.
It's disheartening to see another Broadway show being adapted into a film, risking the loss of its unique theatrical essence. The focus seems to be on presenting a more brazen version of the character Angel, at the expense of her deeper character development.
And continuing to impress and she's going to break records nonstop for the next couple years. But everybody, that's why you had to pick Caitlin up.
In sports, the recent Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky game ended in a dominant 100-81 win for the Fever. However, the match was overshadowed by questionable practices, such as apparent stat padding and dubious statistics, which undermined the authenticity of the players' performances. Picture Matthew McConaughey's character in Asterisk, the Wolf of Wall Street Asterisk. The stats are all show, with 19 out of Angel Reese's 23 double-doubles essentially gifted by the opposing team. It's a facade, not a true representation of her prowess.
You don't wake up and think about individual awards. I know that's what all of you think we do. I know we don't. Both of our teams are competing for playoff spots. That's our main focus. Our focus is on winning basketball games. It's simple as that. It's winning basketball games.
Jays might say, we don't believe you. You need more people. Angel Reese, we're not convinced. While your fan base cheers, those looking critically aren't buying it. With under 4 minutes left and Caitlin Clark's free throws pushing the Fever to a 98-71 lead, substitutions rolled in. Yet, Angel Reese stayed on the court, relentlessly chasing her 23rd double-double. Despite ESPN's hype, the methods used to achieve this milestone raise questions about the authenticity of her stats.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
We don't get to say, well, Joe Rogan is number one and we are important too, because that's not how podcasts and competition works. You know who tells you you're good? The flipping market tells you're good.
After closely following several Sky and Fever games, it's clear that the focus on double-doubles, particularly Angel Reese's pursuit, might be harming team chemistry. While Reese's achievements deserve recognition, this shouldn't come at the cost of disrupting the locker room atmosphere. Rachel Banham summed it up best in the post-game chat. If getting your butt kicked doesn't motivate you to step up, we need to take a long look in the mirror. The balance between individual success and team unity seems strained.
Caitlin Clark is different from any other player we have ever seen in the women's game, and it starts with the distance with which she shoots the basketball. We've never seen a player shoot from that deep range with that kind of efficiency.
What was supposed to be Barbie Night turned into a tribute to Caitlin Clark, as opposing fans in Chicago gave her a standing ovation when she exited the court with just under 4 minutes left. Her impressive third 30-point game of the season earned admiration, raising the question of whether this was truly hostile territory. With numerous Clark jerseys spotted downtown, it's clear her jersey is becoming the WNBA's equivalent of the iconic Yankee hat. Even in an away game, the strong presence of Indiana Fever fans made it feel like an NCAA tournament atmosphere.
Honestly, I just had a lot of fun playing. I thought we played with a lot of joy. We played at up-tempo. We shared the ball well.
Despite being an away game on paper, Indiana Fever fans vastly outnumbered Chicago Sky supporters. The game was a disaster for the Sky, with Caitlin Clark delivering an exceptional performance as the Fever secured victory. Angel Reese padded her stats in the final moments, adding to the Sky's frustration. Clark was knocked down by Diamond Deshields, with 2 flagrant fouls committed against her, raising serious concerns about sportsmanship. Teresa Weatherspoon's leadership has come under scrutiny, casting doubt on the organization's professionalism. The Sky's recent games, marred by controversies, have sparked criticism of their conduct and control over players.
Name another company that just loses money, and we're like, yeah, let's keep talking about this company for the last 25 years. Candace Wiggins, she played for Stanford. She claims that she was bullied by WNBA players. She says she was bullied because she's straight, and she says that 98% of the league is lesbians.
The incident where Kennedy Carter hip-checked Caitlin Clark and brazenly remarked, "I don't want to play today, I'll play tomorrow," has sparked serious questions about leadership within the Chicago Sky. Is Teresa Weatherspoon really in control, or are players like Carter, Angel Reese, or even Weatherspoon herself dictating the direction? Frustration is mounting within the team, particularly over front-page coverage in the Chicago Tribune and Chicago Sun-Times focusing on Diamond Deshields' foul on Clark. This controversy has only intensified the spotlight on the Sky's internal struggles.
You know what Caitlin Clark said when she got fouled this hard? Look how different the response is. Go for it.
What's going through my mind is I need to make these 2 free throws. That's all I'm thinking about. It's just a part of basketball. It is what it is.
Listen.
Trying to make a play on the ball and get the block. But yeah, it happens. And those free throws, when you have to shoot them with nobody at the line, are kind of hard. So it's a little different than having people at the line. So I was just trying to focus on making those.
We like winners who take responsibility and they don't act like victims. There's something in the marketplace.
Got it. It seems you're making some strong observations about how sports dynamics and fan reactions vary across different regions. The Chicago Sky fans being sensitive about stat padding compared to the intensity of New York or Philly sports cultures is an interesting take. The issues with leadership and performance you're mentioning, like Kennedy Carter, Angel Reese, and the stat padding narrative, really highlight deeper concerns about team focus and management. It'll be interesting to see how those dynamics play out. Caitlin Clark stressed that individual awards aren't the team's focus. Instead, their sights are set on securing playoff spots and winning games. This mindset has paid off, with the Fever winning 3 straight and 5 of the last 6 games. In their most recent match, they recorded assists on 26 of 32 field goals and committed just 11 turnovers, limiting Chicago to only 5 points off turnovers. Clark emphasized the importance of building chemistry, expressing confidence that the team will only improve as they play together.